Again, there's the number to call, 436-1212. If you have a legal question for Charley O'Hara. Charley is in the studio this morning with us on Eyewitness News this morning on the KSCW. A lot of rulings from the Supreme Court are expected to be handed down this month. A big one that people have been following is their ruling on gay marriage. Now, it was not announced Monday. It's expected they might have it coming up this coming Monday. Now, the Supreme Court, how they rule affects obviously every state in the United States, but there are some mitigating factors too. It can be complicated depending on how they rule and the language they use, Charley.
Yes, but I think people don't understand the state constitution controls our state. However, the superior constitution, the one that is the minimum rights that everybody can have, is the United States Constitution. So if the Supreme Court says, for instance, gay marriage is protected by the United States Constitution, it doesn't matter what the state constitution says, because the state constitution can't overrule what the federal constitution says. It's the superior document.
Now, after that, if the Supreme Court does rule that, but only specifically that gay people can marry, can the state make some changes beyond that? Not some changes, but add on their own specific rules and tack it on.
Well, they can have restrictions, I suppose, on any marriage, but if they rule that it's protected under the federal constitution, it's going to have to be the same restrictions as there are on all marriages.
Okay, interesting. Okay. We do have one caller on the line right now with a question. So, caller, go ahead now with your question for Charley.
Yes, Mr. O'Hara. If you have a adopted child that's getting in trouble and, like on drugs and, really needs help, but they refuse to get help, is there anything legally that a parent can sign or do to get them help? Because everywhere I went for help for my child, they say that because they're over 21, there's not much I can do.
Well, there is, but it has to be pretty bad. If someone becomes a danger to themselves or others, you can petition the court to have them put in treatment. This all kind of started when people used to drink a lot and they got dangerous and they thought they were violent, and they had a way to petition them and put them in the hospital, at least sober them up. And they do have that mechanism now. A person has to be really bad, and that's just a problem in our society right now. I mean, when people get over 18, basically they're free to do whatever they want, and the parents have very little control. And with some of the problems we have, people need help. And with all the cuts we have and things like that, we don't have all the help that we probably should for some of these specific people.
What's the burden of proof there? Like, how much do you have to prove that someone is bad? Do they have to commit an illegal act before? Or, I mean, can they just be bad?
No, well, the judge takes evidence. I mean, they have to be a danger to themselves or others. In other words, just being a drug addict or a drunk isn't enough. If you're dangerous and they think you're going to hurt yourself or kill yourself, or you might hurt or kill someone else, then you can involuntarily commit them. It's for a short period of time, but you can do that.
All right. Thanks so much, Charley, for answering our questions. We'll be back here in just a moment.